A brand new poll has been released, and it's not good news for the Democrats. Hey, everybody, I'm Chad Hasty, host of the Chad Hasty Show, which airs weekday mornings, 8:30 to 11 a.m. Central Time on News Talk 95.1 FM and 790 a.m. KFYO. Well, heading into the midterm elections, the Democrats, all that's been talked about is the big blue wave that may crash over the U.S., and part of the reason why is because Democrats have had the edge in the enthusiasm gap, I guess you could say. That Democratic voters are more enthusiastic to go and vote, that Democrats are fired up, they're ready to head to the polls. Well, according to a new NPR poll, that may not actually be the case anymore. NPR reporting today, just over a month away from the critical elections across the country, the wide Democratic enthusiasm advantage that has defined the 2018 campaign up to this point has disappeared, thanks in large part to Brett Kavanaugh. In July, there was a 10-point gap between the number of Democrats and Republicans, saying that the November elections were, quote, very important. Now that's down to 2 points, a statistical tie. 82% of Democrats now say that November is very important. That was 78% back in July. But Republicans in July, only 68% said November was somewhat important. Now that number is up to 80%. Independents are relatively the same at 65%. Democratic women actually dropped in this poll from 81% in July to 79%, and Democratic men actually it went up from 73% to 88%. But for Republicans, you look at women, 83% of women who identify as a Republican say that this November's election is very important. Meanwhile, 78% of men say it's important. The Democrats' advantage as far as enthusiasm goes has been totally wiped out by the Republicans, and I think by the circus surrounding Brett Kavanaugh. It would not surprise me at all. The longer that this circus goes on, the worse it's going to be for Democrats, and their reaction after Brett Kavanaugh, if he is confirmed to the U.S. Supreme Court, is also going to set the stage for Republicans to be fired up to go to the polls. I think Democrats will also be fired up, but I think Republicans will be as well, because they know they're going to have to defend the Supreme Court from the Democrats who have already talked about impeaching Brett Kavanaugh, Democrats who have already talked, like Beto O'Rourke, about impeaching Donald Trump. Republican voters are starting to see just how important the midterm elections are, and that is a good thing. Is the blue wave real? It will be if Republicans stay home. If Republicans are fired up, as this poll suggests, I don't think we're going to see a big blue wave over the United States. Tune in to the Chad Hasty Show weekday mornings, 8:30 to 11 a.m. Central Time on News Talk 95.1 FM and 790 a.m. KFYO.